Dear smartphone companies, this need to be addressed now. So when you think about budget smartphones, you often assume that they're going to be left behind without any support or updates. This is a common perception that manufacturers only care about their higher-end devices, and the budget ones are just an afterthought. This needs to change. So one of the biggest challenges that budget smartphone users face is the lack of software updates, security patches, and bug fixes. You might buy a smartphone today that's running the latest operating system, but a few months down the line, it no longer receives any updates, leaving it vulnerable to security risk, which can be very, very frustrating, especially if you are the one that's relying on your smartphone to get everything done. Imagine not able to get the latest features of security fixes simply because your smartphone no longer getting support, which is a huge problem. It's like being stuck in the twilight zone of smartphone tech, and this issue needs to be addressed. Another issue that plagues budget devices is outdated hardware, such as them using the same MediaTek processor year after year, and often having subpar cameras. Most of them do, which is a major letdown for anyone who loves taking photos. This may be an issue for a lot of people. Even though you might sell a phone with high megapixel count, the image quality is still going to be subpar compared to high-end devices. Don't even get me started on low-light performance because it's really bad. The lack of support for budget smartphones is a real issue, and it's something that needs to be addressed. Manufacturers need to take this serious. Look, it's not all about providing a cheap smartphone. It's about providing a device that can withstand the test of time and continue to get support for years. So why do manufacturers neglect their budget devices? I'm going to give you a few reasons why I believe they neglect budget smartphones. Let's talk about it. First, profit margins. Let's face it, budget smartphones are often sold at a very low price, which means that the manufacturer is not making a lot of money from these devices. As a result, you might see no ongoing support for that device. So they are sacrificing quality of their budget devices to focus on dropping newer smartphones, which to me is kind of backwards, and I think that's the real issue here. These budget companies probably lack the resources for software updates, but I believe that they are dropping multiple devices a year when they can prioritize software updates. But no, they think differently. I believe their priority is dropping newer phones instead of supporting older devices or current devices. Again, I believe that's a huge issue, and it hurts the consumer, by the way. Let's take an example of what I'm talking about here. The Unihertz Tank Mini, the first mini rugged device that was released in 2024. It was marketed as a budget-friendly option with long battery life, decent performance, and a rugged design. Not even a year since release, the Unihertz Tank Mini has not received not one software update, not one security patch. It's like they abandoned it without even having a second thought, leaving users high and dry, and that is a huge problem. I have so many examples of budget devices that hasn't received not one software update since release, and that is a problem. So in 2025, I'm calling out budget smartphone companies to commit to change. Stop abandoning your budget devices. You want consumers to buy them, so you should support them. Please commit to at least one OS update and at least 2 years of security patches. Take responsibility for providing ongoing support for your devices, regardless of price point. regardless of price point. And look, it's about providing a quality device that can stand the test of time. I will be reviewing them and letting the consumer know the outcome. I will also be doing long-term reviews on budget devices. And again, I will be letting the consumer know the outcome of these budget smartphones. It's no longer the case that you're going to release a device and not support it. And hey, I am committed to give all the information out to my users on my platform. This is the Tech Preacher. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about budget smartphones and the support that they need to get in all its glory. See you guys on the next video. Peace.